Hello and welcome to Soul Arc. This is one of my favorite mobile games. I've been playing it for a while now, and recently FG3000 covered it, and every time he covers a game, that game gets a huge amount of attention. So I thought I would make a video to kind of capitalize on that, since there really isn't a huge community for this game, and I want there to be. So I'm getting it started. I'm making this video. I want to say right up front that I am not an expert at this game. I am not a pro. I just really like it. And I'm excited about the community growing because I want to learn more. I want to get better. I want to see what tips and tricks people come up with. I want to see what we can learn together. So I'm really excited to see a bunch of new people on the Reddit, the Discord, on Facebook. It's great because for a long time I was just trying to figure things out on my own and trying to just guess at a lot of stuff. But one of the things that makes mobile games fun, for me at least, is the community, is people working together, figuring out the meta, figuring out who's worth investing in and who to avoid, and just how to get the best, min-max damage and just all that stuff. So I will just give you a quick overview of the game, my account, and if you like that, let me know. I'll make more videos. If you got questions, if there's specific content you want me to cover, I'll do it. Let me know. So I've been playing for a little while, and I've got a bunch of characters that are maxed out, but there's still plenty that I haven't fully upgraded. There's a lot of work to do. I kind of focused on the characters that I liked the most, which you can see at the top. There are some characters that are really good, like Jan, who I just don't... He's not that interesting to me, so I never put a lot of effort into him. Which kind of was a mistake because he's really a great character. He's one of the top tier attackers to have, and but here's the thing. Why do you play these types of games? Why does anyone play these types of games? For me, it's because I like the characters. I like to collect the characters. I like to have a team of characters that I like and to see them battle, and that's what's fun about it for me. I don't really want a team. I would rather have a fun, cool looking team of characters that does okay than a team of boring characters that I don't like that is conquering the arena. What's the point if you're not having fun with your characters? I don't know. I know for some people winning is the fun part and being in like the absolute top of the meta and just having the team that crushes everyone, that's fun. That's cool. That's fine. For me, I want to have characters that I like. I want to have cool characters. Speaking of cool characters, Ash is a character that recently got a limit broken form, an ultimate form, which is what you see here. And it kind of changed the way things work in Arena because one of her passive skills, is that after she receives a death blow, she recovers HP and then receives invincibility for 5 turns. So basically, in a nutshell, she won't die for 5 turns after you've dealt the killing blow. You can imagine how that would completely switch up a fight. And it doesn't guarantee you victory, but it's a huge help. And it can make a big difference. So you'll see a lot of teams in Arena with her. So without getting into a ton of details, the basic way that this game works is that every character has a passive, 2 links, and a power skill. When you're in battle, you can use a power skill, and then other characters can link to that. And that is what decides everything. This isn't the kind of game where you can just throw people together, have everyone leveled up with max gear, and then have it on auto. It's not going to go well. You really need to actually read the skills for everyone, see what they do, how they interact with each other, and then use them in the correct order. Once you get to a certain point, and you're incredibly overpowered, you can auto pass some stages, but for the most part, it's gonna really, really help to play manually. The characters that I've focused the most on all have some kind of synergy with each other. And let me show you the team. This is my main arena team. And in arena, you have to do auto, but you get to choose your link settings. So it's kind of like manual, but not really. But it's more, there's some strategy to it. You actually decide how you want things to go. You don't have to use the link settings. You can just set it to be random, but I wouldn't recommend it. So if we go in here, you can see that I have each character set up in a certain way to use their power skill, followed by all their characters' link skills. If we go with Scarlet here, her power skill is that 75% of the damage caused this turn gets reapplied at the end of the enemy's next turn. So basically, you want to deal as much damage as possible, and then if you can survive one more round, the enemy is going to get a repeat of that damage. If you do it right, this can be devastating. So just to show you how I've got this set up, I'll reapply everything that's in there. All right, so Scarlet uses her skill. We get 3 links. I want my top damage dealers. And since it's arena, I want attacks that go for everyone. So I've got Ash hitting everyone, 195% of attack as pierce damage to all enemies. We've got Sonya, 200% of attack as range damage to all enemies. And then now, I'm gonna follow up. Those 2 characters are my top like DPS damage characters. Those attacks will hit everybody. My third attack is gonna be Ash's 1 character. So we're gonna hit everybody, and then we're gonna hit 1 character. So it's gonna be kind of a nice little damage rounded out to everybody. The backup skills are what are used if the characters who should be using their skills are either immobilized or they're dead. So I'm gonna go with Sonya's single attack, and then I will go with, let's go with Alexandria, 200% of attack to all enemies. Now this setup, is this like the perfect setup? No, I don't know. It's the setup that I think looks good, but the beautiful thing about this game is there's tons and tons of ways to arrange these things. I'm sure someone watching this right now is thinking, no, you shouldn't be doing it like that. You should be doing it like this, or you're using the completely wrong setup. But that's great. That's cool that there's so much variety here. There's not just a right or a wrong way to do it. There's better ways to do things, but you can kind of look at what each character's skill does. It always clearly explains it, and then make decisions based on that. If we go over to Alexandria, bam, her power skill depends on damage going to all enemies. If Link's skill targets 5 enemies, deal extra damage. So you want everything that's linked to be 5 enemies. Otherwise, you're not going to get the bonus damage. And you can see that that's what I've gotten here. Every attack that is linked in there hits 5 people. And I know there's not a number 5 on the last one, but trust me, that actually, here, I'll reapply it so you can see. 200% of attack damage to all enemies. So I won't go through the whole setup. If anybody really wants to see that, I could take the time, but that's just a basic look at how you would set this up, and it would really depend on who your characters are and how you got them arranged. Save that, we'll go back. So let's just take a look at a fight. Why not? Let's see how it goes. I'm currently at 25th place. I can usually get up to around 15 by the time the season is over. But it's always changing because people are always changing. All right, let's see what happens. Here we go. I'll do my best to narrate this as much as I can. Attack speed, I have higher attack speed, which is an app setting. Not an app setting, but it's an app quality, which means I get to go first. And as you can see... Oh, alright, I did a little bit of damage. That first one was evaded. They actually have pretty similar teams. He's got Jade though. And I am getting destroyed. If I'm gonna include this in the video. Alright. Come back, maybe? 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 We've got Ash versus Ash here. As you can see, my Ash and their Ash are already in the death blow phase. So it's just a matter of who can last longer. Oh boy. It's literally the same three characters versus each other. Ooh, okay, now it's 2 versus 3. Alright. Not good. Unless, Iris, can you do it for me? Maybe! Oh, baby! Oh, nope. Alright. Well, that didn't go great. That didn't go great. That's how it goes in the arena. Let me try again. Let's see who we get. This might not go well if he's got a strong Jan. Alright, this is a completely different setup that he's got. But I have the attack speed. Who's our first attacker? Iris, here we go. Iris, her skills are all based around single attacks, which is why I had 2 strong single attackers. Not bad so far. Ash, doing it. Jade coming in to ruin everything for me. Amara, seeing her team. Ugh. Alright. Let's do this, Alex. Oh yeah. Okay. Sonya. And now Jan. This is gonna be bad. Yep, this is bad. This is very bad. Save the Scarlet. Oof. Okay. Okay. I think we might have this. Maybe? I think we'll be alright. Ash is gonna bring it home for me. Yep. Done. There we go. Okay, I'm crawling up a little bit. Okay, that could have been worse. There's a loss and a win for you. Just to give you a basic idea. And again, there's a couple different metas right now. I'm using one with a supporter, 4 attackers, including Alexandria. One of her passives involves having 4 other attackers. 4 total. Gives everyone a buff. Who's at the top right now? That's a really interesting setup. Okay, so that was an arena fight. But besides leveling, what makes the big difference between teams? What is the thing that separates teams that win, teams that lose, and things like attack speed? Let me show you. Apps are going to be the thing that really separates your team from others and allows you to customize what you can do. Even more than having different characters, two teams could have the exact same characters, but completely different app setups, and it's going to change the way the fight goes. That first arena fight where I got wrecked, we had very similar teams, but they took me out. Why? They probably had a better app setup. I have things a certain way. I've seen different opinions on the best way to do apps. I'll just share a couple setups that I have right now, and if you have thoughts, let me know in the comments, because this is something that I really want to get the community talking about, is what are the best app setups? What is the best way to do this? For Sonya, who is one of my favorite characters, I have her with 2 sets of 4. And with apps, they all have bonuses. They have a 2-set bonus and a 4-set bonus. So if you have 2 of the final strikes equipped, you're going to get a 50% chance for pierce. But if you've got 4, you get that 15% chance, and if the target's HP is below 30%, you'll increase the damage taken by 50%. Not bad, right? So what I've got 4 final strikes, and then to mix it up, I've got 4 preemptive strikes. If the target's HP is above 70%, increase the damage taken by 25%. So this is sort of like a best of both worlds situation where whether they have high or low HP, I'm going to be doing some kind of extra damage. This has the advantage of those extra perks, but the disadvantage of only getting an attack 10% and a pierce chance 15%. If we go over to a character like Ashe, I have 4 sets of 2 because I'm going for the most attack I can get on her. So we've got attack plus 10%, pierce chance plus 15%, attack plus 10%, and then another attack plus 10%. So I'm missing out on the 4-set bonuses, but I'm stacking 4 of those 2-set bonuses on top of each other. That's why she's currently my most powerful character. Is that the best way to do things? Not necessarily. You could have 2 sets of 2 and a set of 4. You could have apps focused on immortality. There are some that will give your characters HP. There's a ton of different ways that you can set things up. My Scarlet, her whole setup is based around giving her the most power gauges. So she's got 4 soul necklaces, which give her 2 additional power gauges, and then 4 rings, which at the start of her turn, 50% chance to get a power gauge. I want Scarlet to use her power skills as much as possible, and always at the beginning of the match if possible. So that's why she has these. Support characters, this is a great setup to use. She doesn't really benefit from attack or pierce or crit, but having her with these to make sure she can use her power skill lets me use my other characters, and I can put all my attack and offensive apps onto them. That is a very basic look at apps, because I just want this to be a quick intro video. There is so much more to talk about in this, and I'm going to have to break it down into other categories. If anyone has any questions, comments, criticisms, complaints, anything, tell me, let me know, because I'm so happy to see this game doing well. It's a game that I love. It's a game that I've been playing for a while now, and right now this is the most attention I've seen it get. So I kind of just hope that people stick around. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.